Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Heavenly Father's Son, the Son of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to my apostles and to my elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and peace and blessings goes to the hopeful elect, my brothers that are out on the highways pushing his word and his truth and sincerity. In today's lesson, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. But in today's lesson, I'd like to speak upon how there fell a grievous sore upon those that take the mark of the beast. All right, and the mark of the beast, the mark itself being the RFID chip. This is what John saw, Apostle John the Revelator saw on the island of Patmos, of people taking the RFID chip in order to buy or to sell. All right, in the mark of the beast, it's mentioned mainly in the book of Revelation 13 and 16, Revelation 14 and 9, and 10, and what we're gonna read is Revelation 16 and 2, because I want to speak upon how those that take the RFID chip, you're gonna have those that are gonna have a grievous sore. We'll get into that, but before we bring out that scripture, I want to bring out what the RFID chip stands for, which it stands for radio frequency identification. Now, this is the plan of the wicked elite. They want everyone chipped. All right, they want to put a chip in everyone. This is going to be a new way of buying. This is going to be a new way of maintaining your business, to be able to sell your items, and there's going to be a new way of identifying yourselves. This RFID chip is going to contain everything about you. All right. So when this prophecy comes to pass, which this prophecy is coming to pass, will come to pass sooner than you think. All right. This is going to be the new way of buying things, selling things. There's going to be a new way of new way of identification. There's going to be a new way of having all your information. So you could say all the paperwork, like your driver license, your birth certificate, your social security card, all that will be useless, because it will all be contained in this radio frequency identification. Now let's read a little bit of this. It says, radio frequency identification, RFID, uses electromagnetic fields to automatically identify and track tags attached to objects. Right, like for example, you have the RFID chip. They put it in animals, mainly in dogs. They made a law where dogs have to have this chip. So what they'll do is, if your dogs get lost and someone found it and animal control comes, what they'll do is they'll scan the dog to see if he has an RFID chip, which that RFID chip contains the dog's information and who its owner is. And we know that was all a test, because Esau really wants, like I said, the wicked elite, they want everyone chipped. So before they put it in humans, they tried it on the animals. Okay, it says an RFID system consists of a tiny radio transponder, a radio receiver, and transmitter. When triggered by an electromagnetic interrogation pulse from a nearby RFID reader device, the tag transmits digital data, usually an identifying inventory number, back to the reader. So if someone had an RFID reader and scanned your hand where you have the RFID chip, all that RFID chip is going to contain all your information, your medical history, all right, if you have criminal history, your height, your weight, your what you're allergic to, All right, everything. All right, when you go into the word mark, and this is why it's important to know the meanings of words, and going into the Greek at times. All right, because you have, throughout the scriptures in the New Testament, you have different marks. Like, for example, you have Mark, which is the Greek word, let me see, scorpeo. I want to, get a word for word. I don't want to misquote it. You have someone, let me see, right here, I found it, Romans 16:17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. So when you go into the word mark, the Greek word for mark is scopeo.
Strong's G 4648, scapeo. Scapeo.
It basically means to watch, to look at, observe, to mark, to fix one's eyes upon, direct one's attention to anyone. That's a complete different word from what the mark in Revelation 13 and 16. Because when you go into Revelation 13 and 16, and you read the word mark, and you go into the Greek word, the first one has three root words, which these three root words are very important to know. The first one is charagma, which is the mark itself, like an imprinted mark. That's something that's what they're going to use to insert. That's the RFID chip itself, and that's what they're gonna have in these people's skin. All right, and what they're gonna use to put in the RFID chip in people is the needle. That's why that leads to the next root word, which is karax, which is like pale or steak. That's that needle that they're gonna use to insert the chip in your skin. And then last and not least, the last root word for mark is in the same Revelation 13 and 16 is grapho, which is basically the records information. That holds all your information. So when you go back into it, it says when triggered by an electromagnetic interrogation pulse from a nearby RFID reader device, the tag transmits digital data. So when they scan your hand, that's able to that chip that's in your hand or in your forehead or wherever you put in your body. When they scan your head, they're able to see all the information, all the records about you, and that's gonna be another way to buy and sell. Okay, it's having that chip inserted in you. Okay, but what they're not gonna tell the people, what the people don't know, is that there's gonna be people that are gonna have grievous sores because of this. You're gonna have people that are gonna have grievous sores because of this, and it's mentioned in the book of Revelation 16 and 2. I'll start from 1. It says, "And I heard a great voice out of the temple, saying to the seven angels, Go your way and pour out the vials upon the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image." Okay, now let's look up a few words here in the Greek. The first word I want to look up is the word let's look up noisome, right?
Strong's G 2556, kakas. Kakas.
This is the Greek word troublesome, injurious, prince, man, I cannot pronounce that word, forgive me. But destructive, baneful, all right, injurious, causing or likely to cause damage or harm. Okay, because we all know that the ultimate punishment for taking this chip is being burned to death. Revelation 14:9, you're going to feel the wrath of the Most High's indignation. That's by fire through the nuclear missiles. Okay, but you're going to have people that are going to take this chip and they're going to go through this grievous sword. Very painful, troublesome sword. Okay, let's look up this word, prince. Having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Harmful. Prince Sirius. Let's see what this is. All right. But let's look up. Let's move on to the next word. We looked up noisome. Let's look up grievous.
Strong's G 4190. Paneras. Paneras.
Which is in a physical sense diseased or blind. Okay. That's the point I want to get out of that one. Let's look up the last but not least. Where is it? Sore is the point.
Strong's G 1668. Helkas. Helkas.
And the Greek word for that is elkos, you heard it, but what it means is a wound producing discharge, pus, a sore, an ulcer. So you people are gonna get some type of like disease, like a tumor or cancer, by taking this mark. And that's what you get for trusting in this system. All right, trusting in the image of the beast, which is fashioned after the Roman Empire. All right, because and it says right here, there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Right, that was down with this system. All right, when you're down with the system, that means you trust in the healing methods and you trust in the healing methods of the beast. You trust in the holidays. All right, that's why you have people that work that they're all into the holidays. You trust in the you all into the system, all into this beast. When you're at a sports game, you're the first one up to pledge, to you take off your hat to give respect to the flag, just like how in ancient Rome they gave homage to the eagle. Okay, but let's read that one more time. But let's read it in the NLT. It says, "So the first angel left the temple and poured out his bowl on the earth, and horrible malignant sores broke out on everyone who had the mark of the beast and who worshipped his statue." Okay, so you're gonna have people that are gonna have a grievous sore, a cancer, or a tumor by taking this, man. And it's believable because look at technology today, which leads me to bringing this out. Okay, this thing I have I looked up skin ulcers, right? And this is what I got. You could look up more on your own, but I want to read a little bit of this article because everyone has cell phones. All right, cell phones. People have cell phones, AirPods or Bluetooth. Like headphones. What all that is doing. That's really affecting your health, affecting your mainly your brains. That's why they'll tell you not to sleep with your cell phones next to your bed. Because they give out a lot of radiation. And what does RFID chip stand for? Radio frequency identification. It's not good for us to be around this technology. This technology has a major effect on your health when you're around it too much, man. It even affects your neck. Like it could affect your neck because you have people that are constantly just texting or on their phone and they're looking down. You're walking but you're looking down. You know. So let's read a little bit of this because if cell phones do a damage, this type of damage, and this cell phones is not in our hands, right? It's not inside of us. Just imagine what the RFID chip is going to do. Something that they're going to insert your body because we're not made to be around this technology. It affects your health. Okay, just think about every time you buy something or every time your RFID chip is scanned. The radio, that frequency that's going to come from that's going to cause some type of grievous sore, man. That's going to cause some type of effect in your body. That's why we read in Revelation 16:2. It says, let's read a little bit of this. It says, recent posts, as much as we all use our cell phones and want to believe they are safe, the fact is they are carcinogenic, forgive me, meaning they are capable of causing cancer. In this part one of two-part article, let's explore cell phone health risks. Part 2, cell phone safety tips, explores cell phone safety tips. Cell phones emit microwave radiation. From my article on electromagnetic frequencies, EMF, the human body resonates within the Earth's frequency at around 10 hertz. Frequencies above that disturb our internal harmony and can adversely affect us. Cell phones can emit non-ionizing radiation in the microwave range and can often exceed basically 2 million. All right. The frequencies of most concerns are those that are very strong near the body or of high frequency, including all microwave frequencies and all cell phones. All right. Like for example, like when you're talking on the phone. All right, that your phone is transmitting radio frequency to the other phone, and that's literally affecting your brain. Same thing when you get a text message, it heightens it up. Okay, that's why same thing with Wi-Fi routers, or let's bring out headphones, like headphones or AirPods. That affects your brains because you have wireless headphones, right? In order for music to play, you have to connect your phone. You have it on Bluetooth. You put one ear in the other ear. That's literally transmitting like the waves from one ear to the other ear. And what's in between your head? What's in between those two earphones? Your brain. So think about the effect of that, man. Okay. The World Health Organization has declared that cell phones are Class 2B for let me see. While regular cell phones use increase the risk of malignant brain tumors and non-malignant cystic numerous, which can cause hearing loss, dizziness, or loss of balance. Yeah, because for like example, I'm bringing out the Bluetooth. That's why for the iPhone, right, you have something called, let me see. Well, I don't have my Bluetooth on. Oh, wait. Well, no, I don't have it on. But usually you go on your iPhone and they'll tell you if you have a Bluetooth, they have a certain limit that you have the sound. You play the sound. If you have it too high, they say it affects your ears, and that shit that is true. If it affects. But what can we do? This is why if Yahweh Shai didn't, if the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai didn't shorten the times, then there should no flesh be saved. Okay, because we're literally being attacked on every side, from the food, from the air we breathe, and from the phones that we have in our own pockets, man. And I'm bringing us all this out because if the phones and all this Wi-Fi and all this shit that we're being constantly, you know, surrounded with are affecting us, affecting our health. How much more when this type of technology, the RFID chip, is put inside you? What do you think that's gonna do? All right, what do you think the effect that's gonna bring? Okay. According to the American Brain Tumor Association, more than 4,600 children between the ages of 0 to 19 will be diagnosed with a brain tumor this year, and brain tumors are the leading cause of cancer-related deaths in children, males and females under the age of 20. Okay, see, let's skip down. I don't gotta read the whole thing. Let's go into invisible radiation. It says, while you may have heard that heating caused by cell phones is of concern, it is also the invisible EMF radiation, magnetic and radio frequencies, that is of concern. Nerve cells die at just 0.012, a measure of power observed per body of mass. The FCC exposure limit for cell phones has been set at 1.6 watts. I have been using a tri-field meter and testing many client cell phones for years and have never seen any phone that does not exceed 3.0 watts when attempting to connect to a network. So when you connect to a network, the watts of the phone, the watts go up. It exceeds more than what your body can take. It exceeds more that what your body can take, man. So same thing with even the electrical cars. You have people that have these electric cars thinking that they're doing something for the planet. Fucking idiots, excuse my language, but that just being in that alone is affecting your health. It's affecting your body, man. And you're not even realizing it. Okay, being on your phone all day, being on the screen, it really affects your health, man. It affects us. It says it even like being on your phone all day, it shortens your attention span, and you're constantly giving into your dopamine levels, which is like a chemical in your brain that's like for pleasure type things. So that affects you. You're overdosing yourself with dopamine, and that's not a good thing. Okay. Cell phone radiation power increases as signal strength decreases. The fewer bars of signal strength, the greater the intensity of the phone radiation. And since many cell phone users are on the move while the cell phone is in use, the phone is constantly seeking the strongest signal with fluctuating intensity of radiation. Okay? So, let's read this. Many potential health consequences. EMF radiation can put individuals at risk for developing health problems, ranging from headaches to sleep disorders. Right, that's why they'll tell you never use your phone while you're about to go to sleep. All right, because you're not gonna sleep because you're on your phone. It does something to the point where you may be sleepy, but you get on your phone and it wakes you up. It's like a natural. It's like a instant energy drink. Okay. It says factor 2, dizziness, skin rashes, miscarriages, leukemia, and other cancers. Overexposure to EMF has been linked to diseases such as ALS, Alzheimer's, cancer, childhood leukemia, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, heart problems, miscarriages. EMF contributes to many chronic sleep disorders and has also been linked to the alarming increase of cancers, asthma, autism, ADHD. So you get the point. It causes, just being a phone, this technological type world, it causes a lot of health problems, man. So just imagine what's gonna happen to those that take the RFID chip. They're gonna have a grievous sore that they're gonna have to deal with, man. All right, very troubling, very painful. Okay, and since you trust in this image, you trust in the system, you trust in the healing system, you're gonna go to Esau. You're gonna go to the doctor to try to see what they can do. Okay, and it's gonna be It's gonna be like a play, because a lot of people are gonna get it, man. Okay, everyone's gonna get a grievous sore. All right, what people don't realize is that this having this mark in you is gonna be an effect to your health. Just this phone and this being around this phone, being around this Wi-Fi and technology, and let me not, I haven't even mentioned 5G, man. 5G is something else. Okay, which you're installing 5G. I have one in my neighborhood, man. I was riding my skateboard around my neighborhood, and I ran around a 5G tower, and I was like, wow, there's a 5G tower, and I was reading this sign, and people are aware how bad that affects you, man. You know. But anyway, let's read this Revelation 16:2 one more time. It says, "And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, and upon them which worshipped his image." Right, you're down with this system. You down with you down with the system, which is based off the Roman Empire, man. Okay, so that's why when they bring this out, when Esau brings this out, all you that are down with this world, that trust in this world, that trust in this system, trust in this country, you're gonna be the first one to take it. But you're not gonna know that taking that's gonna be your ass, because not only you're gonna have to suffer this grievous sore, you're gonna have to suffer that fire, man, which is gonna be the worst. Okay. So with that, Lord willing, edified, I will give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, or Hakodash. Shalom.